also gave you 1 or 2 questions to try on your own. Were you able to do them? Try किया किसी ने?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Were you able
Yes,
to
ma'am.
verify the cyclic rule? किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम आई?
No, ma'am.
अच्छा, और इससे पहले भी आई थिंक मैंने कुछ दिया था ना? हाँ, दिस वन, स्टेट फंक्शंस प्रूव करने के लिए आइडियल वॉल्यूम, आइडियल प्रेशर, ये सब भी यू वर एबल टू डू?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
That's good.
Ma'am.
Please keep on doing simultaneously whatever we are discussing in the class. Make sure you spend at least if not much, at least 15-20 minutes. जो एक लेक्चर होता है उसको आप 15 मिनट्स देकर रिवाइज करोगे ना, तो वो जो है it will remain with you for a longer time rather than if you will wait for the end of the semester and then open your notebooks. ठीक है? सो मेक श्योर यू मेक इट अ हैबिट कि हर बार जब क्लास होती है उससे पहले 15 मिनट पिछली क्लास का पढ़कर आया करो, ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगता. ओके, let us start. We are going to introduce some new concepts today. First is the concept of thermal expansion, which is denoted by a symbol alpha. Screen visible है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what is this alpha? We are going to study in detail. Now, alpha, how is it defined? First, let us write down the mathematical form. Then it will be easier to define also. This is the mathematical expression of the coefficient of thermal expansion. So how will we define? Change in volume, del V by del T है ना? Change in volume with temperature at constant pressure relative to the volume V. Again, I am repeating, you can note down. Change in volume with temperature, change in volume with temperature at a constant pressure relative to volume V. Means with respect to the volume V, we are talking about this change. What will be the units of alpha? Look at the mathematical expression and tell me what should be the units.
Per Kelvin.
Yes, it will be inverse of the temperature. Whatever units you are studying, it can be Kelvin inverse or degree Celsius inverse. So temperature inverse will be the units of alpha. All right. This is very important expression. We are going to use the expression of alpha and beta very frequently in future. So you have to remember this. 1 by V del V by del T at constant pressure. और डेफिनेशन और यूनिट्स को याद करने की तो ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. आपको एक्सप्रेशन अगर मालूम है, यू कैन क्लियरली डिफाइन व्हाट इज द कोफिशिएंट ऑफ थर्मल एक्सपेंशन. चेंज इन वॉल्यूम विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टेम्परेचर, कीपिंग प्रेशर कांस्टेंट एंड विद रिस्पेक्ट टू वॉल्यूम V. ठीक है. Now the next one, compressibility factor. This is represented by beta, or in some books you will see it is represented by kappa. Beta or kappa. First, let us again write down the mathematical form of beta. The compressibility factor of the gas is defined like this. Here we are talking with respect to pressure and at constant temperature. So how will we define? Change in volume of the gas with pressure at constant temperature relative to the volume V of the gas. Again, I am repeating. Change in volume with pressure at a constant temperature relative to volume V of the gas. Is defined as compressibility factor of the gas. What will be the units in this case?
Per pressure या pressure inverse.
इनवर्स ऑफ प्रेशर. अगर हमारे पास एटमॉस्फेयर है तो एटमॉस्फेयर इनवर्स हो जाएगा, बार है, पास्कल है, इनवर्स हो जाएगा. ठीक है, डिपेंड्स अपॉन विच सिस्टम ऑफ यूनिट्स आर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट. And why negative sign? Can anyone explain the reason why negative sign is coming over here in beta?
Ma'am, with increasing pressure, the volume would decrease.
Very good. Tell me your name. Who answered the question?
Pratham.
Pratham. Yes, absolutely correct, because pressure and volume are inversely proportional to each other. अब यहाँ पे हम del V by del P बोल रहे हैं. So if one is going to increase, the other will certainly decrease. That is why there has to be inverse proportionality. नहीं तो अगर आप इसको नीचे वाली टर्म को अगर लेफ्ट पे ले जाओगे तो del V डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू del P हो जाएगा, वो तो गलत हो जाएगा ना, इसीलिए माइनस साइन है यहाँ पे. So you can note down this point also, why negative sign is coming over here in this expression. Negative sign appears because when volume decreases, pressure increases and vice versa. When volume decreases, pressure increases and vice versa. ठीक है, can we move ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now it is important also to know the relation between alpha and beta. There are two different forms of relations between alpha and beta. We will be doing one by one. So let us start with the simplest ideal gas equation. So how to derive the relation? For an ideal gas, we know that PV is equal to RT. N को 1 ले लेते हैं तो V हो गया RT by P, right? Or I can say volume is a function of temperature and pressure. बेटा आई एम गोइंग वेरी स्लो. कहीं पर भी कोई स्टेप अगर नहीं क्लियर होता है, जस्ट लेट मी नो, आई विल रिपीट इट. ठीक है. सो व्हाट विल बी dV? हाउ डू वी राइट द डेरिवेटिव? टेल मी. सिंस
Ma'am,
वॉल्यूम
del V by del T at constant
बोलो बोलो, ठीक बोल रहे हो.
plus del V by del P dP at constant.
Temperature. Good. ठीक है. So we know that volume is a function of temperature and pressure, so we can write dV like this. Or I can write based on the knowledge of alpha beta that we have just had. Let's go back to the previous slide. Here I am going to write alpha V as del V by del T at constant pressure, and I can also write beta V as this. You can note this down. अल्फा वी और बीटा वी लिख सकते हैं. ठीक है, यही मैं सब्स्टिट्यूट करूंगी अब यहाँ हमारे एक्सप्रेशन में. सो कैन आई चेंज द स्लाइड?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So what will be dV? अब यहाँ पे del V by del T at constant pressure है, so it will be nothing but alpha V, right? dt remains as it is. And what is del V by del P at constant temperature? It is minus of beta V, and dp remains as it is. इस expression में कोई doubt है किसी को? Just let me know. And we will number this equation because we will need it again. So keep on numbering also side by side. Anything which is not clear up till here?
No, ma'am.
All right. So now let us put a condition that we are taking volume constant, means dv will be 0 and I will get left hand side is 0, alpha v dt minus beta v dp. Now since I need a partial derivative, I can divide by one of the terms. I can divide by dp also, I can divide by dt also. So I am dividing by dt throughout. So what do I get? Alpha v minus beta v del p by del t at constant v, or I can write it on the other side. Volume cancels, or alpha by beta is equal to del p by del t at constant volume. This is one relation between alpha and beta. क्लियर है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. सो अब हम एक काम करेंगे. जो हमारे पास इक्वेशन नंबर 1 है, यहाँ पे हमारे पास dv है, dt है और dp है. What we will do is, first we can take one of the quantities constant, temperature or pressure. Suppose I am taking pressure constant, I will divide by dt throughout and solve for the second derivative. Then I can divide by the other term keeping the first term constant and again take the second derivative. Why am I interested in second derivative? Volume is a function of temperature and pressure, right? And volume is a state function. So we should have this relation with us. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is what we are going to calculate now. So use your equation number 1 and calculate the second derivatives and tell me what you are getting. You can write down this point. Since volume is a state function, so del square v by del t del p should be equal to del square v by del p del t. इसको मैंने आपको सिंप्लीफाई करके लिखना भी सिखाया था. I am just writing it again. I can also write it as del t of del v by del p. यहाँ पे टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट और बाहर वाले में प्रेशर कांस्टेंट. एंड इसको कैसे लिखेंगे? So this is what you have to solve now. Try it out. while doing the derivative, don't forget that alpha and beta are also dependent upon PVT. We cannot take them independent. ठीक है, alpha beta relation हमने अभी पढ़ा है. We cannot take them as constants. Can I change the slide? नोट कर लिया बच्चे सबने?
Yes, ma'am.
So in equation number 1, what do? I will first take pressure constant, means dP will be 0, and I am dividing by dt first. So what will be my equation number 1? Equation was dV equal to क्या था? अल्फा v dt एंड माइनस बीटा v dp था ना?
Yes, ma'am.
तो अगर हमारा प्रेशर कांस्टेंट है, so alpha v dt will become alpha v because we are dividing by dt. ठीक है, or I can also just, so that you are not confused, I will write it in a simpler way. Del v by del t at constant pressure will be equal to alpha v. यही आएगा डेरिवेटिव. टेक डेरिवेटिव विद
Yes.
रिस्पेक्ट टू टेम्परेचर कीपिंग प्रेशर
ma'am.
कांस्टेंट, है ना? डेल वी बाय डेल टी आएगा अल्फा वी. अब इसके बाद सेकेंड डेरिवेटिव लेंगे तो क्या होगा? What will be derivative of this answer with respect to pressure? I am taking alpha constant. UV फॉर्मूला लगाना पड़ेगा आपको. फर्स्ट टर्म का लेते हैं कांस्टेंट, सेकंड का डेरिवेटिव प्लस सेकंड को कांस्टेंट, फर्स्ट का डेरिवेटिव. यूवी फॉर्मूला मालूम है सबको? प्रोडक्ट रूल जो होता है.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
यस.
Yes,
तो अल्फा फिक्स डेल वी बाय डेल पी हो जाएगा एट कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर प्लस वॉल्यूम फिक्स डेल अल्फा बाय डेल पी एट कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर. यहाँ तक किसी को कोई डाउट?
No, ma'am.
So I can also write what is del v by del p? Again it is minus of beta v. ठीक है ना? Plus v into del alpha by del p at constant temperature. Let us say this is equation number 2. Now similarly we will do the other way round. Again in equation 1, what do we do? If temperature is constant, पहले temperature constant, बाद में pressure constant लेंगे. dt will be 0 and we will be taking derivative with respect to pressure. So what will be my equation? Del v by del p हो जाएगा अब at constant temperature. क्या आएगा? टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट है, फर्स्ट टर्म 0 हो गई. इक्वेशन 1 देखो. What do you get? बताइए.
Minus beta v.
यस, माइनस बीटा वी आएगा. और फिर इसको डिफ्रेंशिएट करो दोबारा से. सो व्हाट विल बी डेल डेल टी ऑफ दिस at constant pressure? It will be what? Beta I am taking fix. Again I am applying product rule. So del v by del t हो जाएगा constant pressure minus volume I am taking fix. What will be derivative of beta? This. And I can also rewrite it Just keep on seeing whether nothing should be missed from my side also. So this becomes alpha. So this will be alpha beta V minus V into del beta by del T constant pressure. Let us say this is equation number 3. हाँ जी, इसमें कोई doubt? We have simply taken double derivatives of the function which was there in equation number 1. What do we do next? कौन बताएगा?
And since volume is a state function, then we put del square V
Absolutely.
by del P del T
Yes.
is equals to del square V by del T del P.
Yes. Since volume is a state function, the double derivatives should be equal. So we will equate the equation numbers 2 and 3. Okay. You can write down, since V is a state function, so from equation number 2 and 3, what do you get? Just equate the two. This is what we will get. Are you all getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is another relation between alpha and beta. So it depends what are you asked to prove, whether the first relation or the second one. Accordingly, you will have to attempt the question. ठीक है, आगे बढ़े. Let's do one question based on this. Can I change the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Calculate alpha and beta for an ideal gas. Calculate alpha and beta for an ideal gas. How will you do it? It is very simple. Start with the ideal gas equation. Alpha आपका formula आपको मालूम है. So quickly find out what will be the value of alpha. Since in both alpha and beta we take the change with respect to volume, del V होता है ऊपर, नीचे del P हो सकता है या del T हो सकता है, depends upon alpha and beta. So I am writing V is equal to RT by P and then I can solve the derivative. Del V by del T क्या होगा? Constant pressure पर
R by P.
So what will be my alpha? This is the formula for alpha. R by PV, which is nothing but 1 by T. Fine. Similarly, can we find beta? What will be del V by del P this time? temperature is constant. So RT remains constant.
Minus R upon P square.
Yes, minus R by P square. So I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
write it as minus 1 by P separately and RT by P separately. RT by P is nothing but V. So minus V by P हो गया. ठीक है. So what will be my beta? Minus of minus 1 by V and minus V by P. It becomes inverse of pressure. Simple है.
Yes, ma'am.
Now one thing which you are going to try at home on your own, write down the question. Derive alpha and beta. Derive alpha and beta for a gas obeying van der Waal equation. For a gas obeying van der Waal equation. I'll just give you a hint, then you can do it on your own. This is the equation for 1 mole.
Yes, ma'am.
Just solve the equation. Denominator लो v square से multiply throughout. So आपका आ जाएगा pv cube minus क्या आएगा v square आएगा av आएगा ab आएगा और rt के साथ v square आएगा. यही आएगा ना. उसके बाद आप निकालोगे del v by del t. उससे आपके पास अल्फा आ जाएगा और del v by del p निकालोगे तो आपके पास बीटा आ जाएगा. कर लोगे?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let me know when you have noted, then I'll change the slide.
मैम नोट कर लिया.
Acha, are you all able to cope up with this much speed? While I'm explaining, are you able to understand as well as write simultaneously?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, fine. Because class में तो पता लग जाता है ना, लिख रहे होते हैं और लिख चुके होते हैं. But यहाँ पे I'm just waiting for 1 or 2 minutes after every concept so that nothing should be missed. ठीक है? So let's go ahead. We will now be introducing the concept of two very fundamental quantities of thermodynamics, work and heat. We have already discussed the sign convention. Heat positive कब होगी, heat negative कब होगी, work done on the system कब कहलाता है और work done by the system कब होता है. You're all familiar with all this? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And you must also be familiar with this picture. You must have seen it several times. You have a gas in a cylinder which is fitted with a piston. Frictionless, movable, weightless piston hota hai. This is the condition. Now the gas is there inside. A is the area of cross section of the container, right? When some force is going to be applied, then there will be some displacement, say D, in the gas. Let us say I am applying some external force from outside and I am trying to force the piston to move downwards. So my piston will move from this initial position to this final position. It will travel a displacement d. Or other way around, if internal pressure is high and the force is being applied by the gas to move the piston upward, the piston, say suppose this was now the initial position, piston will move to some final position. Again I am saying this is displacement d. तो आप कैसे भी ले सकते हो, you can have the piston moving inward or piston moving outward, depends upon whether the outward pressure is high or the inward pressure is high. Means you can also say expansion or compression is taking place. Whatsoever be the case, the piston is going to move a certain distance d, and we are saying A is the area of cross section. So can we write down the work done? What is work done? Minus F into the displacement x. Minus F dx होता है ना, फिजिक्स में भी पढ़ा हुआ होगा, where dx is the small displacement occurred or distance moved. So if I multiply and divide by area, what is force per unit area?
Pressure.
So this I can write as external pressure multiplied by what is A into dx? Area of cross section into
dV.
displacement. Yes.
Volume,
The
small volume
change
change.
in volume. Small change in volume. अगर P into delta V लिखोगे, you will say it is the large change in volume. ठीक है, I am writing dV because I have taken a small displacement dx. Okay. So minus P external into dV, and you can write down this is the change in volume of the system. All right. Means we can say it is a small amount of work done because we are talking about small displacement. Small amount of work done is equal to minus P external into dV, where dV is a small change in volume of the system. So what will be my total work done? If this is the small amount of work done, what will be total work done? I can simply integrate TW. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So dW is what? It is minus of P external into dV, and we are, say suppose, going from volume 1 to volume 2 when the gas is undergoing change. So what will be W? Minus P external is fixed, and what will be dV? Integral dV will be V. So put the upper limit and minus the lower limit. So this is the expression of work done when volume is changing from V1 to V2, when the pressure is remaining constant throughout. So you can write down this is the work done if P external remains constant while volume changes from V1 to V2. Clear है सबको? There can be two cases. Suppose V2 is greater than V1. Final volume is greater than the initial volume. What will happen to work done?
It will be negative.
Negative.
W will be negative. And what kind of work you will call it?
work of expansion.
By
Expansion. Yes.
expansion.
So it will be the expansion work by the gas. And next, if V2 is less than V1, W will be
Positive.
and it will be known as compression.
Compression.
You can draw the diagram also while you write it, because then only it will be more clear. ठीक है बेटा, आगे बढ़े.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let us see the first case. What will happen when there is isothermal expansion of a gas? You all must be familiar that it is represented with the help of a pressure volume graph. मालूम है सबको? PV ग्राफ सबने PV आइसोथर्म पढ़े हुए होंगे.
Yes, ma'am.
बट इम्पॉर्टेंट बात क्या है, जो ये हम प्रेशर प्लॉट करते हैं यहाँ पे, ये P एक्सटर्नल होता है. Let us say our system is going from state A to B, and P1 V1 was the initial pressure and volume, and at state B or point B the coordinates are P2 and V2. Pressure and volume are changing from P1 to P2, V1 to V2 respectively. Just draw the graph, then we will start. Again, I am repeating, our system is changing from initial state A to B, and initial pressure was P1, final is P2, initial volume is V1, final volume is V2. So how do we calculate the total work done in such a case? Work done is found out by integrating the area under the graph. पढ़ा हुआ है पहले?
Yes, ma'am.
You can write down, if those of you who don't know, total work done can be obtained by integrating area under the curve. Now, since we are saying it is expansion of the gas, expansion है तो मतलब क्या greater होगा, P external या P internal? कौन सा pressure ज़्यादा होगा?
P internal.
Yes, since it is expansion, P internal will be greater than P external. So can I write it like this, that P external is equal to P internal minus the change in the pressure? Yes, because P internal is larger slightly. So what will be my work done? In going from volume V1 to V2, माइनस P एक्सटर्नल dV होता है, P एक्सटर्नल dV मैंने अंदर लिखा है और माइनस को बाहर लिख दिया इंटीग्रल से. I can write P external is P internal minus dP and dV remains as it is. So I can then write it like minus minus will become plus. I have separated the two terms in the integral. ठीक है. अब जो सेकेंड इंटीग्रल है इसको ध्यान से देखो. It can be ignored because it is a product of two very small quantities. You are saying there is small change in pressure, there is small change in volume. So we are going to neglect this small change. So you can write down the second integral can be ignored because it is a product of two very small quantities. It will not have much effect on the answer. जैसे हम product of two small terms लेते हैं, it is becoming even a smaller term, right? Say suppose I have 0.5 into 0.1. The answer will be what? बताओ. Yes, tell me. Question is not clear.
मैम
हाँ जी बोलो.
मैम 0.05.
हाँ. So what I am trying to say is, if I have two small quantities, their product will be even smaller, right? So I have two small quantities dP and dV. So the product is going to be even smaller. So I can ignore the product of two small quantities and I will get W minus of V1 to V2 P internal dV. What is P internal?
RT by V.
T by V or nRT by V if we are also consider. Yes. So what will be W? Minus nRT ln. So from the area under the graph, you will get this value of work done. This is the isothermal expansion and we have calculated the work done for an isothermal expansion by the gas. कहीं पे किसी को कोई डाउट है? बताओ.
No, ma'am, no problem.
No, ma'am.
All right. So let us move on to the next case then. Isothermal compression. Now, since we are saying it is a compression, which volume will be larger over here? the gas is compressing, so outside force has to be higher, so obviously external pressure will be higher. So can I write P external will be P internal plus some external, change in pressure? Here P external is larger, so how will you find out dW now? Integrate W again from volume V1 to V2. Can you solve it in a similar manner and find out the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you will solve and find out the value of W, and you will see that when we calculate the total work, just leave some space for calculation. So the total work done in a reversible process means expansion plus compression work, जिसको हम बोलेंगे, तो आपका नेट रिजल्ट क्या आएगा? आपका आंसर पहले आया था -nRT/ln/V2/V1, यही था ना? और जब आप कंप्रेशन के लिए सॉल्व करोगे, you will get the same answer but with a different sign. That will be the only difference. You can solve it and check. So net result will be 0. ठीक है, कर लेना इसको, चेक कर लेना. So we can say that no net work effect will be produced. No net work effect is produced. Means work done in a cyclic process. जब ये इंटीग्रल के ऊपर ऐसे सर्कल बना होता है, इसको हम बोलते हैं साइक्लिक प्रोसेस. ठीक है, ये सिंबल है साइक्लिक प्रोसेस का. वर्क डन इन अ साइक्लिक प्रोसेस इज 0. So we are talking about irreversible process over here, but we will see that in case of a irreversible process, for an irreversible process, the work done is not equal to 0. It comes out to be non-zero. Noted?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Then we come to the first law of thermodynamics. What do you understand by the first law of thermodynamics? Anyone can explain me in very simple terms? Don't go by what is written over here. We will be arriving at this relation later.
Ma'am, first law of thermodynamics is based on law of conservation of energy and state that the total energy of the entire universe
Remains constant means energy will neither be created nor destroyed. It will only be converted from one form into another. यही होता है, सबको मालूम है? And
Yes, ma'am.
yes, why do we say that there is a zeroth law also of thermodynamics? एक zeroth law भी होता है. क्या होता है zeroth law?
Yes.
Sorry, somebody was trying to say.
Ma'am,
हाँ.
yes, ma'am. If we are having like three systems and like ABC, and A is in equilibrium with B and B is also in thermal equilibrium with C, then A is also in thermal equilibrium with C.
Yes, it establishes the concept of thermal equilibrium. But thermal equilibrium का concept जब first law आया तब भी नहीं था, second law आया तब भी नहीं था. It came after the concept of second law. Now, since it was found that thermal equilibrium जो सबसे important चीज है thermodynamics में establish होना, इसीलिए it was named as the zeroth law, although it came after the second law, right? But it was so important, it has to be placed initial, even before the first law. इसीलिए उसको नाम दिया गया zeroth law of thermodynamics. You can write down zeroth law, or it is also called law of thermal equilibrium. It came after the second law was established. It came after the second law was established. But since it provided a logical basis, of the concept of temperature, it was placed even before the first law. It was placed even before the first law. And what is the statement? If two systems are in thermal equilibrium with a third system separately, again I am repeating, if two systems are in thermal equilibrium with a third system separately, then they will also be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Then they will also be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Means, say if system A is in equilibrium with system C, system B is also in thermal equilibrium with C separately, then A and B will also be in thermal equilibrium with each other. ठीक है? I think we will have to stop here. We will start with the detailed discussion of first law in the next class.